Okay, so have you ever like been there where your kid wants the red cup so bad they turn into like a tiny little hurricane when you hand them the blue one?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like it feel like you're always walking on eggshells, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like, is it just me or is managing anger in kids just one of the toughest parts of this whole parenting thing?
Oh, absolutely. And honestly, it's one of those topics that parents come to me about all the time in my work.
Right, because like you read the books, you think you're prepared, and then bam, meltdown city.
It's true. And the thing is, there's no magic solution, but there are some really helpful strategies that can make a world of difference.
And that's what we're diving into today, right?
Yeah, it's like a cheat sheet for parents dealing with anger in their kids.
I love a good cheat sheet. So first up, we have stay calm, which seems kind of obvious, but like, how do you actually do that when your kid's losing it?
Right, because it's one thing to say stay calm and a whole other thing to actually embody it in the moment, right?
Totally.
But it's so crucial because you're modeling that calm energy even when your insides feel like a roller coaster.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
I guess it's kind of like being the calm in the middle of the storm.
exactly. You're the steady ship captain even when the waves are crashing all around you. And that can actually be super regulating for a child, even if it doesn't seem like they're noticing it in the heat of the moment.
And that leads us to tip number two, teaching kids to identify what they're actually feeling. So is it more than just asking, are you mad?
Right, because often kids, they just feel this like big, overwhelming wave of emotion and they don't have the words to describe it.
So it's like they don't even know what's hitting them.
Exactly, and that's where giving them specific feeling words can be a game changer. Instead of just saying, "Are you mad?" you could ask, "Are you feeling frustrated? Are you feeling angry, disappointed?"
Oh, I see. So it's like breaking down that big, scary feeling into something they can actually wrap their heads around.
Exactly, and by naming it, they can start to tame it, you know?
Right. Like they're not just this, like a vessel for this big emotion anymore.
Yeah.
They can actually start to understand it.
Okay,
So
yeah.
they've identified the anger. What then?
Well, that's where we get to tip number 3, which is all about offering alternatives to just exploding.
Okay. So what are some healthy ways kids can get those big feelings out?
Well, instead of yelling, maybe they can yell into a pillow or scream into a bucket, really let it out in a safe way.
Okay. So like redirecting the energy.
Yeah, or if they're about to like throw a toy, maybe you have a basket of soft things they can throw instead, or some scrap paper they can rip up. Physical outlets like that can be super helpful.
Yeah, I can imagine. And that kind of ties into our next tip, which is deep breathing. This one always seems a little too simple to me. Like really deep breaths are going to stop this tantrum.
I know it can sound that way, but there's actually some really cool science behind it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so when we take those deep, slow breaths, it actually triggers our parasympathetic nervous system, which is like the chill out system of our bodies.
Okay, so it's like hitting the brakes on the meltdown express.
Exactly. And it might not work instantly, but over time, teaching kids to use deep breathing as a tool can really help them regulate their emotions.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like getting a kid to actually stop mid-meltdown and breathe, any tips on that?
Make it fun. You could try blowing bubbles together or pretending to blow out birthday candles.
Oh, those are good.
There are even those pinwheel breathing exercises where you blow on a pinwheel and watch it spin.
Kids love that.
Those are great ideas. And last but not least, we have tip number 5, praise. And I mean, who doesn't love a little praise, right?
Absolutely. And this one's all about focusing on the effort, not just the outcome.
Okay, so what does that look like in action?
So instead of saying, good job, you didn't yell, you might say, wow, I know that was really hard, and I'm so proud of you for trying to calm down. Really acknowledge their effort.
It's like recognizing that just trying to manage these big feelings is a win in itself.
Exactly, because it's a journey. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress. And every child's journey is going to look different. That's such a good point. And it's our job as parents to figure out what works best for our kids and support them along the way. These have been such helpful tips, and I don't know about you, but I'm already thinking about ways I can use them with my own kids. What are some of your go-to strategies for navigating anger in kids?
I'm glad you asked.
Let us know your thoughts and experiences. And until next time, happy parenting.